This story shocked all world. In a wild field in southern Africa, there were two male and female lions who had lived freely for many years. They often hunted together, roaming across vast grasslands without stopping. Life became increasingly harsh as the climate changed, water sources dried up, and prey gradually became scarce. Therefore, the two lions decided to leave their old territory to find a new, safer place to live. They crossed hundreds of kilometers, facing hunger and dangerous encounters with other predators. Every night, the male lion stood guard, while the female lion took the opportunity to rest and regain her strength. After many weeks, they followed the scent of fresh water and wild animals to Mikado National Park. This place is famous as one of the largest reserves in South Africa, with vast grasslands and rich ecosystems. Upon arrival, both lions immediately sniffed everywhere to find a place to hide. They saw patrol cars, guard posts, and fences, but could not fully understand what they were. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to support us. They saw patrol cars, guard posts, and fences, but could not fully understand what they were. At that time, at Mikado National Park, two staff members, Sifo and Nomsa, began to notice the presence of two strange guests. Sifo was an experienced patrol driver, often traveling across the savannah to check on the animal condition. Nomsa was a seasoned animal observer, always carefully recording any changes that occurred in the reserve. Both were extremely surprised to witness large lion footprints appearing near the central river. They decided to monitor from a distance to ensure that the newly arrived lion pair did not encounter any mishaps. In the early days, the male lion often roared in the middle of the night to mark his territory. The female lion had not yet gotten used to the new environment, so at times she seemed uneasy and constantly moved around. Sifo and Nomsa silently observed, recording all signs of their health and behavior. Although the lions looked tired, they were still strong enough to hunt small prey such as antelopes or hares. Nomsa noticed that the female lion moved slowly at times, and she suspected that she might be pregnant. Sifo agreed, because he saw that the male lion protected the female lion more carefully than usual. Both were nervous and happy, because if the female lion was pregnant, it would be good news for conservation work. After 4 months, the female lion's symptoms were obvious. Her belly was visibly bigger and her gait became heavier. Sifo began to prepare some basic medical equipment in the car in case of an unexpected situation. Nomsa still followed closely, meticulously taking notes of the female lion's resting time, eating, and the male lion's mood. Everyone in Mikado National Park hoped that the female lion would give birth smoothly. However, a bad situation occurred when the female lion had difficulty giving birth. She was in pain for 2 days. Both lions moved around restlessly. The female lion kept moaning, while the male lion walked around as if extremely worried. Nomsa and Sifo realized the critical situation. They feared that the female lion might lose her life if not supported in time. However, using anesthesia on the female lion was impossible because she was about to give birth. If the male lion was anesthetized, the female lion might react violently or run away, making the situation worse. Sifo and Nomsa decided to rely on their courage and professional instincts to approach the two lions. They drove closer, trying to observe if the male lion showed any signs of attack. Seeing the car approaching, the male lion roared loudly, his mane standing on end, showing a look of alertness. The lioness still lay there in pain, unable to move much, only whimpering softly when the contractions came. Nomsa whispered to Sifo that they had to move forward, otherwise the lioness could collapse at any moment. Sifo agreed, slowly getting out of the car, his eyes never leaving the lions. Nomsa followed closely, holding the medical equipment, including an injection to help with the birthing process. The two humans and the two lions stood in the middle of the vast grassland, closer than ever. The male lion growled, stepping forward to protect his mate, but he did not immediately attack. Perhaps he sensed that they did not intend to harm, but only wanted to help. Nomsa slowly approached, using a gentle voice to reassure the lioness. Sifo stood as a support, ready to retreat if things became tense. Gradually, the lioness seemed to understand. Her eyes became less tense, allowing Nomsa to touch her belly. Nomsa quickly injected a birth aid, giving the lioness more strength for the birth. The male lion roared softly, approaching but not biting. The two staff members gently stepped back a little, waiting for the medicine to take effect. Nearly 2 hours passed. The female lion experienced many intense contractions. Finally, a tiny lion cub was born in an indescribable emotion. The male lion approached, licking his cub, while the female lion was panting, but her eyes were shining with joy. Sifo cheered softly when she saw the lion cub move, making a weak cry. Nomsa quickly checked, making sure the lion cub had no serious deformities. She even had time to inject another dose of tonic to help the female lion recover faster. The male lion looked back at them, as if to send a silent thank you. Sifo and Nomsa stepped back, giving the lion family some quiet space. On the ground, the lion cub was still struggling, appearing healthy in its mother's arms. The lioness gently licked the baby, purring softly as a welcome. The two staff members sat in the car, observing that sacred moment with hearts filled with happiness. They decided to name the male lion Koda, the female lion Leia, and the cub Mosi. The name Koda symbolizes bravery, Leia symbolizes hope, and Mosi means a new beginning. After making sure Leia was stable, Sifo started the car while Nomsa still did not take her eyes off the lion family. The car slowly drove away, leaving Koda, Leia, and Mosi together in a windy afternoon. On the way back to the station, Nomsa gently wiped away her tears, her heart filled with pride for having saved a precious life. Sifo smiled, saying that this was an unforgettable memory during her entire working life in Mikado National Park. Everyone in the reserve was overjoyed to hear that Leia had given birth safely. The next day, when Sifo and Nomsa were patrolling by, they saw Koda and Leia standing on the grassy slope, turning their heads to look at the car. Mosi was still too young, trotting around at his mother's feet, but occasionally looking up curiously. The male lion no longer growled at the sight of a human, as if trust had been established. Nomsa believed that Koda's family would continue to live healthily under Mikado's protection. Sifo made a note in his diary, marking the day Mosi was born as an important milestone. Both of them could not help but be moved when recalling the moment the lioness accepted their intervention. The story of Koda, Leia, and Mosi became a testament to the power of love between humans and wild animals. Every time the patrol car appeared, the lion family still turned their heads to look, as if to express their silent gratitude. Koda growled softly, Leia licked her cub, and Mosi gradually became stronger, day by day. The whole Mikado Reserve considered this a source of